Hello everyone, welcome. Dave Guerra, and this is Let's Have a Chat About Leadership, Lessons in Leadership. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Today's topic, the 10 things most people learn too late. The 10 things people learn too late. Now, hopefully not too late in life, but sometimes, well, they are. And the first one is that we learn too late is that everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. See, change is temporary. Life is temporary. Everything that we do and act and behave and respond to is all temporary. Pain is temporary. Everything is temporary. Life, like I said, is temporary. See, people are only on this earth for a finite period of time, or a finite time means we're here. We're not here forever. Even the earth is not here forever. The sun is not here forever. The sun didn't exist, and then it existed, and then it will not exist again. That's what I'm trying to get at, is nothing is permanent. There's always going to be temporariness. There's going to be, if that's a word, temporariness, but everything's going to be temporary. There's only here for a certain amount of time. We just classic reference is loved ones, our older grandparents, great-grandparents, they're around, and by the time we're that age, they're gone. And again, it just reinforces that everything is temporary. 2, life is not fair. Life is not fair. Life has never been fair. Life will never be fair. It's always, well, not fair because, again, let's look at the dodo, that bird, the dodo. It went into extinction. It went into extinction. It no longer exists. But we know about it now. But it did exist at one point. It's no longer here. We can't enjoy it. We can't look at it anymore. We can't marvel in its oddity or its uniqueness, but it's gone. And life's not fair. There's always going to be winners. There's always going to be losers. And again, life's not fair. Even in win-win scenarios, there's always going to be someone who's not going to get 100% of what they wanted going into a situation, going into a negotiation. It is not fair. Life will never be fair. And the sooner we understand it and we realize that, the sooner we can accommodate and adjust ourselves and motivate ourselves and anticipate that, hey, we have to go. The best we can do is win-win. The best we can do is win-win. And understanding that, hey, sometimes we're not going to get everything we want. Number 3, something we learn too late sometimes, and for others, it's right on time. Family matters more than friends. Family matters more than friends. See, family is who made you, good or bad. Good or bad, whatever they gave you, they are the ones that made you. They raised you, they gave birth to you, they raised you, they taught you. And if they taught you good, they taught you bad. That's besides the point. The point is they made you who you are. What you choose with that and choose to do with that, well, that's what matters. But again, understand that family matters more than friends. And why friends matters more than friends? Because friends come and go. Okay, friends come and go. Over my lifetime, my father was in the military, so we traveled a lot to different bases in the United States, and we made a lot of friends. I can honestly say I have a lot of friends that I've made over the years because of my father being in the military, us traveling. Then I joined the military and I traveled, and then now with everything I do, I have a lot of friends. But again, they come and go. They come and go. Sure, there are going to be some friends that are going to be closer than family because of the situation. I have 3 great friends. We were Army buddies. We were in it to the thick of it. And they were closer than family because they were my family. They became my family at that point. And since then, there are just some individuals I don't even talk to. The best man at my wedding, I have no idea where he is. I know what his name is, but I have no idea where he is. But again, that's just how it goes. At some point, you saw that these individuals were, that they held this position, this relevancy in your life, and then they come and go. So again, those that are closer than family, hold them close. Closer than family in some cases, because they understand you, they know you, and you look out for each other, you have each other's back. But then there's just some friends that are just, hey, how you doing? And then you keep moving. You pass each other in the hallway, you keep moving. Now, friends that may be close, like I said, still, at the end of the day, are going to, well, they're in it for themselves, they're in it for their family, because again, their family matters too. So don't be hurt. Don't feel that, oh, well, they chose their family over you. No, because again, they're where they belong and who they belong to and what they belong to, that's what matters to them. So the way you see a friendship might not be the same way they see your friendship, or you see the friendship with you. So don't feel hurt, don't feel bad about it, because again, they're always going to pick their family over you. Now, of course, there's few and far between. There's some situations where it's unique, But again, understand that family matters more than friends, and it goes both ways. Other people will treat you the way you treat yourself. Okay, so they're going to treat you. What does this mean? This means that what you tolerate or allow is exactly what they're going to give you. They're not going to give you any more. They're not going to give you any less. It's exactly what you allow. So if you allow or tolerate a lot of nonsense, then guess what they're going to give you? A truckload of nonsense. But if you don't play that game and you're in it and you straightforward, pay it close to the vest, then that's the way they're going to be with you, and understand it. So don't expect them to go and give you more when you're giving less. And when you're allowing more, they're going to give you more. And it might not be to your liking. So that's what you do, is you set the standard early and you reinforce it often. Set the standard. This is what I expect from you. And it doesn't matter if they're friends, if they're family, if they're close relations, or they're distant relations. It's the standard you set, and that's the expectation you expect from them. And if they can't deliver, guess what? Out they go. And it's okay. It really, truly is okay. Because again, others treat you the way you treat yourself. And if you hold yourself accountable, set your expectations of yourself first, hold yourself accountable, be responsible, set your standards and expectations to yourself first, and then that way when it comes time to set them for those that are outside, for others, you've already got it made, because you already know what your standards are, you already know what your expectations are. And if they don't like it, they can click on that little X up there and they can just be done with it. It's just that simple. Beneath the anger, and it's something we learn late in life, that ultimately at the end, beneath all the anger is always fear. People, why is there fear? Why are people angry? Because they fear something. They fear change. They fear change is going to interfere with their safety net. It's going to interfere with what they have set for themselves, what they've grown accustomed to, with that chair they've settled into in life. That's why they are angry. That's why the anger exists, because they are afraid that they're going to have to give something up because of change. And along with that comes the uncertainty and the anxiety that comes with uncertainty. Folks, the anxiety, it's all on you. If no one else is giving you the anxiety, it's how you interpret what they're giving you. So if they're giving you nothing, how can you be anxious over nothing? If they're dumping on you, well then yeah, you have something to go with. But again, their anger is because of their fears and the change and the uncertainty and the anxiety that they create. They dump on you and they give it to you, and you willingly accept it. Remember, go back to the other way, the previous one. Others treat you the way you treat yourself. You allow yourself to be treated. Well, guess what? That's what exactly they're going to do. So just remember that you can only control what you can control. So don't worry about change. Change is going to happen. You got to roll with it. The uncertainty and the anxiety, well, we all are uncertain. We wake up, we're glad we're awake, we put our feet on the ground, we stand up, but what's to say that that's the last time we stand up? We don't know that. Happiness is a choice and requires hard work. Yes, happiness is a choice, and we realize that. Because the world is so full of negativity, already happiness becomes a choice. That's a sad state of affairs, but that's the way it is. Because of that negativity. Because some people, well, they feel like, hey, that you owe them something, that you owe them something, when all truthfully you owe them nothing. Because again, they owe it to themselves. They hold themselves to a different standard than you hold yourself. However, happiness has to be that choice, and it has to be that choice you make, because it's going to be hard work. And because there's so much negativity, it's going to require a lot of work to stay happy. A lot of work. And many are going to knock you down because you want to be happy, because you want to be positive. Just remember, they're projecting their own shortcomings onto you. And their inadequacies are being projected onto you, because again, they can't find a way to be happy. They can't choose a way to be happy. So guess what? It's just easier for them to bring others down. For them to say, oh, who does he think he is? Who the heck does Dave think he is? What does he know about happiness? He's made everybody else miserable. Look what he's doing to so-and-so. Well, again, that's their interpretation. So do not let it get to you. Just know that it's going to be hard work, but again, they're the ones that are choosing not to be happy. They are the ones choosing not to be and putting in the work to be happy. You, on the other hand, are putting in the work. You're stepping above it. You're looking above it. You're rising above their nonsense. So keep at it. Next thing that we realize late, and hopefully not so late, is that a lifetime is not as so long as we think. It's not as long as we think. See, life, as Ferris Bueller said in the movie, life moves pretty fast. Blink and it's over before you know it. Seriously, you blink and it's over. You know, I remember not so long ago becoming a first-time dad, becoming a dad, and then now, you know, she's on her own. She's doing her thing. Life moves pretty fast. People are on their own time. Remember that. People are on their own time, and they may never align. Your time and their time may never align, because time and people are on, life moves fast. People are on their own time. They have their own agendas. They have their own ways of doing things, and it's okay. It may never align. However, when it does align, take advantage of it, folks. Take advantage of it. The next thing that we learn late is the biggest risk is not taking any risk. Risk-taking. Taking no risk means you're not learning. And not learning means you're not growing. And not growing, well, that's a huge risk to your life. And, well, it's also a huge risk to your happiness, and to your continued success. You've got to take risk. You've got to take risk. But also realize that some of those things, well, they don't matter so much. That's one of the things that we learn late. Things are things, and you cannot take them with you. So it's kind of like, you know, you buy all these fancy things, or what you perceive to be fancy, or show off because you need to impress somebody. Well, just remember, things are replaceable. Relationships are not. They can never be replaced. Once they're broken, once they're gone, once they're altered, they can never return to 100%. They never will. They'll be 99.9, but they'll never be 100%. So with things, ask yourself, who are you trying to impress? And who are you trying to impress? And do they even know that you're trying to impress them? I mean, do they really care? They don't care. They're more worried about themselves trying to impress you. They don't care about you trying to impress them. Another thing that you learn late, the last thing really, is you played it too safe. You played it too safe in your life. Folks, see the possibilities, and then seize those opportunities. Because again, that's where they happen. When you start looking to see the possibilities, it's possibilities that come in your life, seize those opportunities, because again, they may never come back again. But that's up to you. Take the calculated risk. You need to take the calculated risk. And accept, embrace, and ride the change that's coming. Because if you play it too safe, you're gonna detest the change. That's gonna cause fear and uncertainty and anxiety. Take the risk. Don't play it too safe. Know where you're gonna land, but also know that sometimes you just gotta jump into the deep end and hope that the water's not too cold. And if it's cold, well, you'll find out soon enough. So again, these are the 10 things that most people learn too late. And that's why I'm sharing them with you now. So you can learn them now and not later, because it may be too late then. So the sooner we work on it, and it's never too late. It doesn't matter how old you are. The sooner you realize that, you can't play it too safe, that things don't matter so much, that risk, you got to take risk in life, that even though life is short, it's still important. And happiness is part of that. And realize that those that have anger and project that anger, well, that's on them, because they're choosing not to control themselves. They're choosing not to be happy. You, on the other hand, realize that they're not happy. But again, you can't control them. You just have to ensure that you're treating yourself the way you want to be treated, and you project that, and you set those standards, and you reinforce them if you have to, every day if you have to, but you're doing that. And folks, remember, at the end, family matters more than friends, because sometimes, yes, you're going to have those very close, dear friends, but even then, they have their family to worry about and deal with. And all of that basically just says, in a nutshell, life is not fair. Life has never been fair, and life will never be fair. But the sooner you realize, the sooner you can start working at it and making it better, good or bad, win or lose, whatever there is. Even in win-win situations, like I said, not everybody gets what they want going into the negotiation. And folks, don't forget, everything in life is temporary. Everything is temporary. We're only here for a certain specific period of time. We don't know what it is, but we're only here for so long. And the sooner we realize that, the better off we're going to be. And that's, unfortunately, too many people learn it too late in life, but not you, because I just shared it with you. Everyone, I'm Dave Guerra. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next week.